We are back. 2024 NXL Las Vegas Major. I'm Manny Marshall alongside Alex Frazee and Rich Telford here on Go Sports. This next set, MLKings taking on Uprising, and Aftermath taking on the Bears. After that, Houston Heat taking on Revo, and then Impact and New York Extreme. So, Alex, we'll start with you. MLKings having a rough tournament here. Much better look in that game against Revo. They're playing Uprising. Uprising still has a chance. Who you got in this match?
I'm gonna go with Uprising. I feel like they're a little bit more consistent. I feel like MLKings. I was over there looking at them. They kind of had that acceptance of losing look on their face.
I love that in a competitor.
Yeah, but it could go either way. Donaldson, if he gets it done over here, and Elias, if those guys have a game, then we could see this go either way. But I'm gonna give it to Uprising.
So Uprising in the black, and they are on the blue side here to start things out. MLKings in the white on the red side. Joel Eaton with a nice move here into the bottom side snake. Looks like Olsen making a move up into the tower in the middle of the field. And then a nice glide outside wide for Graham Arnold.
Shout out to Jimmy Hickey and Finlay Hats too. Some of the drive behind Uprising for all these years. If you don't know Finlay Hats, go check it out. They make great custom hats, and in fact, I'm wearing one right now.
That's an amazing hat.
Thanks.
Where'd you get it?
Finlay Hats from Jimmy.
Nice work.
So it looks like Olsen taking the walk.
A lot of early deaths for Olsen so far this week, huh?
Yeah, he's had a couple good ones, but he's a guy that when Uprising's playing well and they're making Sundays, he's always one of their key guys. I mean, they've had, like you said, a big shout out to the owner and Uprising. They kept this core together for a long period of time. They did not have a good year last year, but typically, historically, they're good for a couple Sunday appearances, and all the people that have been around for a while know that they're kind of a scary team to play. You just don't know which Uprising you're going to get.
You're right about that. I feel like they kind of live and die by that gunfight.
Yep.
Right? Like they're going to go in, they're going to fight, and sometimes it's going to connect and sometimes it's not. It's easy to win matches like that sometimes, but not a tournament.
And that's the difference between really, really good individual players and a really good team, right?
Exactly.
You have one-on-one individual paintball instead of winning as a team.
Mm-hmm. As here comes MLKings into the center 50.
He's got a guy behind him, a guy in front of him, and a guy on the other side.
Yeah, battle going down the middle, though, right on the other side. So he's going to be the first to prevail. Actually, so the MLKings shot that body, got a shot on Eaton in the snake. Then he drops from that position. So after a war of attrition, Seattle Uprising still has a body up that middle.
Yeah, and one in the top snake, Matty. And that's that key bunker over there on the top side of the field. He's looking inside now, but when he chooses to wrap around, he's going to get some free kills for sure. No one's even looking at him from what I can see. Big advantage here for Uprising here early in this first point.
And the door is open for Uprising to go down that top snake side.
The door is wide open.
Wide open.
Yeah, good communication out there. MLKings just pressed into the pocket as Seattle Uprising controlling the real estate. Nobody on the D side, though, this bottom side for Uprising. Let's see here our illustration. Three bodies.
3-on-3?
Yeah, it's 3-on-3. Top side.
No. Is it?
No, they have
4-on-3 favor of MLKings, but Seattle Uprising has the position.
They have 1, 2, 3, and 5. There's no fourth player.
Well, the fourth player died.
Oh, each player has a number.
Yeah.
Got it.
We're trying up here, Alex. Come on, Jesus.
Hey, I
Did
like
you not read the handbook?
it.
Matt would put a lot of time and effort into that handbook. If you're not going to read it, maybe you shouldn't come up here.
This is a cool angle right here.
Yes.
So you can hear us, cameraman. Just stay on this. Or editor. Darren, you're good. All right, right there. This is where it's going to happen.
That is the whole event, right?
Yeah,
that bunker on each tape.
Yeah, this wedge is incredibly crucial. So we're looking at the top side, the VIP side of the field. That's Uprising. And the reason why it's so potent is you can wrap around and shoot lots of different positions from that spot. Now, the same position exists on the other side of the field as well, too, with the way this unconventional layout. So, but the MLKings with this position and down a body, it's just up to the MLKings to try to stay. They have the extra body. They need to stay alive. Uprising with the position, need to do something with it. Oh, MLKings dips out to a D3.
Yeah, and I don't think they saw him make that move, Matty. He might get kill inside on the Uprising player that's sitting in the middle of the field there.
Looks like he's looking inside, though.
He is, yeah. And I don't know if he knows he's got a player right on the other side of the bunker from him.
Tense moments in point number one. Already 4.5 minute long point. This guy's still got a lot of bullets on his back, though.
Alex, you guys looked good yesterday. Kept the match interesting, which we appreciate.
Yeah, I don't know. We're missing 2 of our
Wait, here
our
real quick.
starting
There's the
players.
move. As he launches, stitches up the first one. Is it going to be a clean move? No, it's
No.
not. Penalty assessed.
Very dirty move, in fact. Very dirty.
Graham Arnold going to get chased down as well, so possible major. See the color of the flag?
Red.
Red flag,
Yeah.
major penalty, 2 bodies pulled, and that destroys the point here for Uprising. So
That got him yesterday too. You know, I feel like a couple of their guys like to ride the line there, and you gotta have faith in your teammates. I mean, if he doesn't get a penalty there, that could go either way because they lost 2 guys right at that time.
Yep. Gotta have confidence.
So yeah, as Rich was asking yesterday, you guys went 2-0, but 2 come from behind victories.
Yeah, I feel like we were a little bit shaky yesterday. We're missing Chris Shear and Blake Yarber, so that's not great for our team. Those are 2, top-level starting caliber players, and our bracket is difficult. Diesel, top-level team. I mean, their stats don't say that, but they have players: Cody Mikowski, Mouse Goldman, Kyle Spica, Clint, and I feel like I'm happy to have left with a win there. I feel like they blew that one. We didn't win it. So I don't know.
Win's a win.
A win is a win. And then the next one, I feel like we controlled the Russian game pretty well. Even though it was close, they're a good team, and I don't mind squeaking one out against those guys.
So on the breakout, looks like Aftermath going to be dropping a body, man. Aftermath, such an awesome performance in their first game against New York Extreme, looking very composed. After dropping both their games yesterday, they're still in this if they could take down the Bears. But the Bears have been strong, and I really like how the Bears have brought some ferocity to this, to their intentions out here, and really been capitalizing and looking pretty solid.
Yeah,
See
both
if
these.
Aftermath can pull this back. They got into the 50 snake here, even though they're down a body.
Body dropping on that top side.
All right, 4-on-4 here. Yeah, Aftermath is a tenacious team. It's tough to, if it's, I'd say, 4 or more bodies for them, it's tough to get a lot of easy kills.
Yeah, they play really, really tight. Good gunfighters. They can absorb the pressure really, really well.
Yeah, we've been practicing against them a lot recently. And
Well, stop doing that because
yeah.
they keep getting better. And it's
they're
harder
good.
for us to beat them. Jesus, way to be selfish, Alex.
Your boy Thomas is looking good, though. That's a
Yeah.
nice pickup.
New up and coming talent out of the North
Future of the game.
Northeast.
Future of the
Yeah,
game.
future of the game.
Yeah, so good crossfield spread here for the Bears.
And what's the Bears' record?
So the Bears beat NYX in overtime, lost by 1 to Impact, so 1-1 yesterday, and then they beat Aftershock this morning by 2. So sitting at 2-1 with a positive point spread.
All right, so this is a big game for the Bears.
Yeah.
And for Aftermath as well, because they didn't win a game yesterday. They won their first game, decent margin.
And
So-
Shock is
Shock's
out. They're 1-3.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Impact is in 4-0.
Impact has 1 more game against New York.
Oh, they do? Okay.
But thank you for your confidence.
Sorry, pal.
Alex, Rich is right here, bud.
I know. My favorite part of the whole webcast situation is when MLKings are playing and Rich is commentating.
Harris is a big
about
fan of it too.
Okay.
I saw him this morning. I'm like, you mad at me? But he's like, you're too mean to me on the webcast. I'm like, come on, you can take it. You're a big boy.
Hey, if you dish it, you got to be able to
Yeah,
take
can't be out here crying.
It's a good field position right now for Aftermath with that body up in the middle. Now, the middle can be productive, but it gets a bit treacherous up there if you do not control the sidelines. It's just really hard to live in that position once you've lost a side.
Yeah, and as you can see, Aftermath is really Bears are really focusing on isolating this this 50 snake guy of Aftermath, and now they're loading up to make a counterpunch. It's another G for the Bears as Aftermath is down to 3 bodies.
Yeah, the Bears, man, they have been also tenacious.
Hard to kill.
It was Sakaguchi with that kill.
He's playing well.
Yeah,
And I feel like the Bears, they had that basically same core of guys last year. They've sort of gone through their growing pains, and now they're coming together as a team. So I like to see them, having some consistency and some solid paintball here.
Yeah, Sakaguchi's having a hell of a game. That's 2 kills there, maybe a 3rd there on that cross shot to get that Dorito.
Even though their jerseys are heinous.
Yes.
What are you gonna do?
Listen,
Hey, don't
somebody
hold
had to
back,
say it.
Alex. You tell us what you think, okay? Another killer for Sakaguchi. So Sakaguchi doing it. I mean, not even flash. He didn't have to run down and stitch people up, get free kills cross-field, kind of earning all those kills.
Bears looking good, finishing that point with 4 bodies.
Well, the black jerseys are a little better than the red ones, but I mean, a lot of these teams need some fashion help out here.
At least I can read their names.
Yeah. And if you want help
Giant
on your
names on the back. Big
jersey
fan of that.
designs, please contact Alex at any time. He's
Sure,
more than
yeah.
happy to help.
I'll design it for a small fee of
$1
foot massage.
million.
So we're in the Bears Bears pit right now. Let's listen in.
Thank you, Jay.
Shout out to Ryan Doss. He says my voice is soothing on the webcast.
Beautiful.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, it makes me want to take a nap.
It's the dust and screaming for, you know, a day of paintball.
It adds
Yeah.
brings it down, makes
A
you a
little
little more
edge, yeah. I
baritone.
feel
A
like I
layer
could
of
be like a-
sexiness to your voice.
I could be a crooner right now. Witchcraft.
So 10 minutes on the clock here. MLKings after that first long one able to pull it out against Uprising. And now they've switched sides, so MLKings in the white on the blue side.
And Olsen likes that tower. Not a lot of teams are playing that.
Yeah, they just started playing the opposing towers a little bit more often. Uprising's been doing it the most, but a couple of teams have done it
Ryan
well.
Moorhead and Kirill Pridney
Yeah.
for Heat and Legion.
And if you can contain from there, then you can keep them from wrapping around on that snake because you're standing up high shooting down into it.
I agree that it's a good spot.
Yeah, but you're right. No one was using it yesterday, right? It's kind of a new twist.
So no one in a position to take the top side snake for the MLKings. They have a cross-field spread, but mostly back bunkers. Better field position up the field here for Uprising, as they have that crucial wedge top side. Olsen, with a little penetration in the middle at the tower, is tucked down low, trying to protect that forward movement from the MLKings.
I'd like to see Peterson for the Kings get out of that back center. Either move up to the field or out up the field in the center or out to one of the tapes.
Little creative crawl from the back corner, hits the deck, crawls all the way. Looks like he was going to go to D1, but gets right into the snake for the MLKings.
Yeah, I think they saw him go in there, putting a lot of pressure across on him now.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle that's about to go down over there.
Good communication from both teams.
Yeah, so I think that player on MLKings has a move. Maybe if he can get those guys in, he might be able to bunker both of them. Because no one's really got eyes on him from the middle. That's the thing about this field. I feel like there's very little you can do to assist your teammates when they're in either snake from inside or across the field.
You've got to be
Kinda-
right behind him. That's
yeah.
the only thing you can
Yeah,
do.
and really when you're right behind him, you can't really
No, you're
protect
just
him.
taking real
You can just
estate.
ensure the trade,
Yeah.
right, if you're watching.
You're
the
not
field.
losing that real estate, basically. Yeah, I think 3 people on one tape, 2 people on the other tape. Every 17th point, you have a guy go up the middle. Just to keep it spicy, you know?
So yeah,
I think the middle gets utilized, though, based on the count, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you have certain Gs, then
Yeah,
the
you shoot 2 guys in the break.
middle becomes good. But yeah, in a 5-on-5 situation, if you're in the middle and you're detected, no good.
Yeah, and the middle is also really good for closing, right? You can only go so far on the tapes. Once you get to those spots on both tapes, you can't go any farther. Then you go through the middle into their towers.
well, it's about pressure, because if the pressure's going out wide and you need to close, and no one's looking at you, you can thread up the middle and get some bodies. So the battle's still going down top side in that snake, but looks like Uprising gonna get a body into snake 2 here, bottom side. And he makes it in clean, Alexander Borromeo. And Uprising really pushing the issue right now. Getting to that middle wedge. Did he get that inside kill? Referee in there checking him
Yes,
out.
he
Looks
did.
like he did.
Sloppy
That's
death. MLK.
Donaldson.
Yeah, Donaldson's got to play that tighter. He played really well for him that first point, helped him win that first point, but needs to tighten up the second point.
Yeah, I feel like Donaldson and Kyle Berry are kind of, they have a lot on their shoulders right now.
Yeah,
here.
for sure.
As they lose another, MLKings lose another guy out of the middle.
Donaldson's
Good.
looking at his gun like maybe he was breaking some pain out there.
After another pretty long point, looks like Uprising gonna tie this one up. It's not over yet. Still have some work to. Ooh, and they lose a body. So this is gonna make it interesting. Now it's a 4-on-3, not
4-on-2.
4-on-2. As,
Now
body
this is
tied
where
back corner
Uprising
bunker.
gets a penalty. Watch. This is like the situation where that happens.
No, it's usually later in the match where it's more critical.
So what do we got? Upset from Shock going home. Ironman, what are they doing?
Well, they got 2 more games this afternoon. They play Notorious and Damage. Damage lost 2 games yesterday. It's been years since that has happened, so they're in must-win situations. Yeah, Shock's going home. Fitz got a chance to make it. If Uprising wins this game, they got a chance to make it.
Who's your dark horse?
Impact looks really good. Like a true dark, or not like a Rich Telfer dark horse.
Rich
like
Telfer
Heat,
yeah,
or Dynasty.
Yeah.
To actually
Got a lot
win,
of
to win the
confidence.
tournament, I think Infamous is a dark horse because Infamous hasn't won in a few years, and they're stacked up with a lot of hungry talent right now. And so, again, yeah, Infamous legendary team, but it has been years since they have actually won a tournament. So I think they're a true dark horse right now to actually legitimately have a real chance of winning this
And
tournament.
you were out at our practice. They played pretty well there.
They did. They really did. And they looked pretty good yesterday. So, I mean, they're sitting at 2-0. They beat the Ironman and kind of beat up on Notorious. And Notorious beat Damage. So, yeah, Infamous, this is a good layout for them.
And I was talking to Travis about it. He said that he's pretty excited. They didn't lose any players this offseason. They're kind of had a year to gel last year, and they're feel like they're coming into their own. So, yeah, hopefully Infamous has a better year than they have in the past.
Bears taking that top side wedge and snake
I
early.
guess they lost Thomas. That was the only guy they lost.
Yeah, but they're still really deep. But Aftermath, 5 bodies alive. Brooklyn Bears, 5 bodies alive. Both teams in that top side snake. So that's where the battle will be decided, at least at the start of this point. Still a lot of time to go here.
So what's up with the Hertz bunker? What's the story on that?
They're a sponsor,
Dope.
and I don't know the full.
Is that Hertz
what's
the rental car
details.
company?
Yes, that's the rental car company. If you go to Hertz, there's a paintball code. You can get a big discount. It helps paintball get other sponsorships, so we would really appreciate it if you went to Hertz and rented a car.
Nice one. Yeah, I think we rented Hertz cars. They did. We did type in the code. It was actually more money though when we typed in the
I
code.
said it's paintball, didn't I?
Yeah.
Just because we say it's 15% off doesn't mean it's 15% off.
Hey, Maddie, have you ever had a Hertz donut?
I have not. Body drop
Hertz
right now.
donut.
I immediately covered up.
You hit like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, I hope you didn't break your hand
So
today.
body dropping right now for the Bears as they glide a body out into insert Dorito by the snake, and then an answer from Aftermath
Good
trying
reposition
to
there.
mirroring up that move.
And now he can fight his way into that wing.
Yeah, Nick took the walk for the Bears. You can see our Eye in the Sky battle still going down on that top side. It's getting a little.
Bears lose their topside snake guy.
Attack on that top side.
Yeah, he just got shot right now. So, but Aftermath and Bears both just one body down low here.
Yeah, Aftermath in the Bear snake on that top side. Looks like Aftermath's going to win this point. 4-on-2. Advantage for Aftermath.
Bears crawling up into snake 2. And almost got shot in the transition. He just crawled right past
Oh.
the lane. But Mark Brolo comes right out into a gun. So Mark just had no idea that Aftermath was that far up. And so Aftermath, ooh, they run into a gun.
Yeah, when I crawl around and I don't know there's a guy in front of me, I usually lead with the top of my head too.
For sure. I don't ever put my gun there because I don't want to have to clean it between points.
Yeah, if I'm the last guy or I'm making a move like that, I usually just stick my hopper out and, 2-on-1.
Yep. Aftermath with the advantage.
Yeah, and on the real estate as well, too, because they're way up here in the snakes. It'd be tough for D3 to
Mazurek.
hide.
Mazurek and Ramirez, maybe?
Yeah, he's calling the code saying 300. That must be D3.
Here comes Ramirez on the big move, and they take out the last Bears player. And that will do it,
point.
tied up.
Good solid point there from Aftermath.
Yeah, the future is very bright for Aftermath. I mean, considering how good they looked at Cup, rough day for him yesterday, but then such a good, change this morning in the big win that they had over New York Extreme.
Well, they put a beating on us.
I will grab anyone good that they have.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Of course, it's
obviously
your
the plan.
job.
And that's what they want, too. So it's a win-win.
Well, looking at the replays here, so that was Barolo getting a little mini concussion there out of the snake, and then the death on the top side.
Again, Alex, if you get a chance to talk to Mark about not leading with your head when you're crawling in the snake.
Dude, I shouldn't talk, bro. I was in there yesterday, and I saw a mouse right in front of me, and then I looked across the field.
Hey, Mouse doesn't have balls to come get you. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, right. He tenderized me.
Yeah. I heard your passion in the pit yesterday.
What'd I say?
You were pretty
Not
fired
that.
up about getting some
Don't look at
information
their
from
best guy
somebody.
ever.
You're mad about something.
I wasn't mad. I was more disappointed.
You're
Yeah,
passionate.
frustrated.
Passionate.
I'm done being. I'm too old to be mad.
Just beguiled now. Just beguiled.
All right. Looks like we have 2 good matchups on our hands here.
Got 2 close games, 2 tie ball games. MLKings right now, Seattle Uprising. Uprising here on your screen.
I am mad at Uprising's jerseys. Just black with
Yeah, the ninja. I like the ninja look.
no sponsors.
Yeah.
on the breakout, going pretty heavy guns, holding up a little bit, and then launching Olsen up. They do lose Mikey trying to take some ground on that topside snake.
He's got to get down lower faster. He ran in too high across that gap. You got to be on the dirt.
Looks like
MLKings make the top snake.
Yeah, on a secondary and keep 5 bodies alive. They also went pretty heavy guns. They still have 2 bodies in that back center.
Yeah, 5-on-4 advantage here for MLKings.
Olsen with the move up to the tower, shading towards that top side to try to keep that player in the wedge honest.
Alex, have we seen Harris Hussein play yet a point for the MLKings?
Yeah, I think he's here in the front snake Dorito.
Oh, yeah, he's doing good.
He just lost about 45 pounds and
Start hitting the gym occasionally.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Uprising, 2 in the back. Center tower, again, they really like that center tower, the inset one. Wing on this side.
Oh, no, there's Harris out there on the sidelines.
Huh. I wonder if he's like helping him out more as a coach at this point. 4-on-4 here.
It looks like he's got his phone out. It looks like he's betting on paintball.
Kings in the snake on this high side, Maddie.
Even though they gave all the pros a warning, don't bet on your.
Do not bet on.
bet on paintball. It looks like Harris is down there. I'm pretty sure I can see what's the website? FanDuel.
Yeah, the MLKings are in good positions. They have both snakes wrapping around bottom side, trying to get up into that crucial wedge, and he is going to crawl
Oh,
up.
he gets that kill, Maddie. That cross kill.
Borromeo.
Taking the walk. Uprising down to just 3 players. 2 here.
Ooh.
Oh, just 2 players left alive.
Yeah, gets another kill. So body's dwindling. Olsen feeling that he needs to make something happen. He comes up. I think he might have got a shot in on the snake, and he did. But then MLKings are going to figure out where he is. Peterson's going to come in and make his life limited, and that is going to force a concession because other than Olsen, everyone else was starting to die.
I am mad at that move by Olsen, though.
Yeah, Kings are looking better, right? Like, this is better than they've looking so far.
I think so. I mean, they were shaky. They're a good team. They just started out shaky. You know, when you can't win a point, it's hard to just.
You try to change everything, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just changing one thing at a time, you try to change everything because nothing's working.
Well, it was a situation, it's kind of like damage. So damage, they were playing, it was a little bit different than damage. The MLKings would get into their initial spots and then somebody would die. They'd lose a gunfight here, lose a gunfight there. They couldn't ever seem to get their offense rolling. Damage had offense rolling, but then they'd lose their back guys. So not a giant mystery.
As we see MLKings here on your screen, back to Aftermath, getting ready to break out. Hey, I was listening to the webcast yesterday. I heard you guys talking about your time on Excessive. You're making a comparison to something out here, but I was reflecting on those days. And
all the times you beat us?
Well, no, I watched Heroes for a Day recently, actually. And if you haven't seen Heroes for a Day,
hats off to Pat Spura.
Hats off to Pat Spura, who's actually here cooking pizzas and making cappuccinos and lattes.
For everybody but me and Matt.
At the Hormesis booth. But yeah, that is a great movie. And Rich, at the end, you do give me props when we shake hands at the end.
What?
Yeah, you're like.
I told them to edit that out of there. What the hell?
So
you're like, thanks for being a stand-up guy. Yeah, you know.
You're always a good dude, man.
And you guys, you earned it, man. You earned it. You earned it. You climbed it, and you beat us.
Yeah, there's about 5 guys in the world that I've never been angry at in paintball, and you're in that list of one of those 5 guys.
Yeah, so still tied up here 1-1, and
thank you, Rich.
You got a body here, bottom side, Aftermath getting into the snake.
Wish I could say the same about you, by the way.
Obviously. 3 across the back for Uprising still. The Temple's in the back center.
Bears.
Oh, Bears, sorry. I just saw the red and black.
Yeah, so it's still 5-on-5, which is much better field position here for Aftermath, as Aftermath's all the way up into the wedge. This crucial spot on the field, looking inside. And there's no one outside wide on him, and those bunkers, even if there are, they're a little inset that you have to worry about on a wrap. But he can wrap around right now. Obviously, he has to worry he can't get greedy on a wrap.
But the Bears are pretty tight in those bunkers, right? They're not. Some of those players are playing it really, really loose and getting dinked out easy from this cross shot. You're going to have to wrap really, really hard on the Bears right now because they're tucked so tight in the bunkers.
And I really think the teams that are going to do well in this tournament are going to be set up like the Bears, and they're going to have guys in positions against them. Like Aftermath has field position, but Bears have 5 guys still.
Yep.
So as long as the communication's good and you don't let this guy destroy you, you can put together a nice counter punch and flip the advantage.
Yeah, and the only key to that is just knowing when that guy's in there, right? If that guy gets in there undetected, then he can shoot 2 or 3 guys. But if you know he's in there and everyone makes their shots and communicates tight, you're okay.
You're so right. Knowledge is the key, and there's that counter move I'm talking about. Then you slip out to that corner unnoticed. Now all of a sudden, this guy is
catch him on a wrap.
You can catch him on a wrap, or trying to do too much.
Yep.
What do you think, Maddie?
Yeah, I mean, this is the type of field where you got to win on the sidelines, man. We're not seeing a ton of points won up that middle of the field, and if you can't win the battle over there and you can't deal with the threats in front of you, I mean, this is a snake-dominant field, massive, huge complexes that run the entire length. You have to win those fights, and you have to be willing to make those. It's better to die trying to make that outside move than get stuck in the middle.
100%.
It sounds like you guys know a whole lot more about paintball than I do.
That's not true. but I appreciate it. Yeah, so right now, the Bears trying to figure it out. Sakaguchi popping the top, moving that bunker around, trying to establish a lane.
Trying to get that guy in the wing to gunfight him.
Well, another thing too is that when this is Saturday, we're getting close to Saturday afternoon, getting close to these teams' games. Sunday implications. It's a tie game. There's a little under 6 minutes to go. People start second guessing their gunfights and their moves a little bit in these moments.
100%.
So the games will slow down.
I'll tell you who's not gunfighting in these moments, me.
This guy.
Yeah, I look down at the ground and yell for Greenspan.
Help me.
Ryan,
Somebody help me.
do something.
Make it amazing.
Use your reflexes, your slow reflexes. Maddie said your reflexes are slow.
That's not what I said.
It might be what he meant.
Yeah, check out the HK podcast. You just take everything out of context on Instagram. I love those guys.
Yeah, so nice move topside here for Aftermath, is able to make it to that crucial spot. And so they have the snake on both sides now. Aftermath in good position with under 5 minutes to go. Another long one out here. Really looking at some Sunday-esque paintball.
Yeah, and the Bears are just doing a kind of a bad job of stopping Aftermath, right? They're allowing Aftermath to get into boat tapes, push up boat tapes, and get all the spots.
And they have 5 bodies alive.
Yeah. I mean, they've got the spots, and that's clearly they're in the spots they want to be in. They're just not doing what they need to do to stop Aftermath from pushing into their side of the field. Yep.
I personally think that they probably are thinking more about what they're going to do about their jerseys.
And how hard the speech is going to be when they have to fire their designer. Sorry, Grandma. I love you, but the jersey sucks. You got to go.
So yeah, Sakaguchi getting shot out of that D2 position. He's got the Bears still have a body out wide in the D1. But Aftermath's been willing to risk it a little bit more.
Right as you said that. So.
Yeah. So
Thanks, Maddie.
we keep seeing this so often. The teams that are willing to risk and play some offense and get into these crucial snake positions, they're winning the bulk of the points. They end up winning the games. The teams that try to, even if they take a little bit of ground, you can take some ground, but the defense is just not working mostly on this field. The Bears just getting whittled out of their spots. Could not get small enough.
You can lock this field up, but you have to lock the field up from forward positions. You can't lock the field up from the back line, unfortunately.
So Aftermath going to have a 1-point advantage.
And you look at that, the 2 Bear guys that died over here got shot out of their spots.
Yep.
They weren't in bad spots. There weren't guys on Aftermath that were in positions where they could shoot them free kills in the back. They just lost 2 firefights.
Yep.
So,
A little loose.
Yeah, little loose at that point in the game, and then it just folded. I mean, once they lost the first guy, then they lost the second and third guy right
also,
away.
the second guy has to understand at that point, like, hey, all I have to do is stay alive, right? I cannot die. If I die, this guy's going to wrap. We're going to lose this point. So I don't have to shoot anybody, but if I get 2 or 3 guys to shoot at me, if I can communicate that, hey, these guys are shooting at me, and communicate that this guy's here, we have a chance to win.
You're right. Like a seasoned team in that situation, this guy would stay alive. He would yell to his teammates on the other side a code letting them know they're down bodies, and then those guys over there would give them at least a couple of minutes or a minute to try to make it happen over there while they're down a body. As MLKings and Uprising break out. Uprising losing a play. Oh, he got shot, and the ref is...
MLKings lose a player at the back center.
I saw a break from here. Oh, not letting him play it all. If I saw a break, it means it probably all sprayed off. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MLKings dropping 1 body, slight disadvantage here.
Yeah, and they're also they're up a point with 4:10 left to go. This is Uprising's chance. They're in a high body situation. They have slightly better field position. MLKings all trapped in the spot, and they lose another one, so now down to 3.
And like we've got him been talking, if that guy gets shot trying to get outside and tack this way, I'm pretty much okay with that, right? But if you get shot playing inside the pocket, not trying to get outside, that's a bad death, man.
And that's a really bad death for the ML King guy in the temple here. If you look at how Uprising was set up, there's 3 bodies all shooting at that one guy.
Yep.
Right? So
and he looks at those three
and
strains of pain and like, you know what? I think I can make it.
What are you going to do? Win 3 firefights in a row? No, you're probably going to engage on the first firefight, and the second guy's going to shoot you.
And the third guy's going to bonus ball you.
Yeah. Story of my life.
Can I say the kid made a good move?
You can bonus ball me all you want, though. That's a PSA. I can take it. Just leave Ryan alone.
For God's sakes.
Yeah.
Leave the children alone.
So we got 25 seconds for the start of this next point. Alex, you got some big things cooking up. You got Great American Paintball, the tome that's coming out here shortly. You're also hosting the Summit Awards. And I got a chance to preview. I've been telling people on the webcast, I'm like, I can't tell everyone what you're going to say, but it's worth the price of admission just to come and listen to the mini roast that we're going to hear for the intro. Welcome to the Summit Awards speech.
Yeah, well, I won't be making any friends. Let me put it that way. But yeah, if you can check out. check out Great American Paintball and GAPpaintball.com.
Just remember, before you make fun of Matt and I too much, that you will be up here with us again, and we could easily toss you off here.
I'm actually scared of you guys, so and your paintball knowledge supersedes mine. So I know where
Be
my
gentle.
bread.
That's all we ask.
I
Just
know
be
where my
gentle.
bread is buttered.
Just be gentle.
I know where my bread is buttered.
Both very sensitive.
So, yeah, 2-1 the score. Aftermath will be on the blue side with Bears down by 1 on the red side.
You see Ron Kilborn and Billy Saransky down here on the sidelines yucking it up. 2 OGs.
Yeah, it's cool to see a West Coast event, or we're not on the West Coast, but towards it at least. But it kind of it becomes like it's a bunch of Hall of Famer, old school dudes walking around here that I haven't seen in years.
Yeah, yeah.
And I heard the turnout's pretty good here too for teams.
It's the biggest non-World Cup event ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Sold out.
I don't get a lot of breaks, but when I walk around, there's thousands of people around. It's awesome. So jumping, this is a crucial point here. 3:30 on the clock.
Yeah, Sakaguchi Odi up in the snake for the Bears, looking inside. Gonna look to cut down Aftermath's moves on the top side of the field.
Yeah, and Aftermath.
This is where Aftermath becomes dangerous. I mean, they're really going to tighten it up here.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to try to win it right here.
And they are so good at just being hard to kill.
Yeah, like
right?
if you notice, this guy in the wing here on the right, number 1 here on your screen, went in there, and all he's waiting for is Bears to come onto their side of the field.
Just the wrap.
He's not really playing the game. All he's trying to do is make sure that this guy doesn't crawl up to their side of the snake and shoot his whole team. So extremely conservative play, and if the whole team's able to do this together, it's going to be hard to penetrate.
Oh, they are going to be losing a body
See,
out of that
horrible.
burrito on the
That's
top side.
disaster right there.
Less than 3 minutes left in this game match, guys.
Yeah, because if this guy's going to play complete hardcore defense and he misses his shot and they have no offense on that other side, that's when things can get a little scary here for Aftermath.
And there's no reason for that first guy to get shot. This is a good move here to the corner.
That is a great move out to the corner. That back center guy for Aftermath took some heat. Referee's going in there and checking.
Bears lose 1. So it's 4-4.
Yeah,
Time is ticking. 2:18 left. Tick-tock as Bears move up into the topside snake.
Sakaguchi missed that fill out from the inside wing to the snake insert. If he'd have got that elimination, Bears would have had nobody on the top side of the field.
Again, Ramirez needs to have a game here from the back center. He needs to just keep dumping on the right, that topside snake guy.
Just shut
just
that
slow it down. Oh, looks like something came off Ramirez, and he's going to take the walk.
Yeah, he had gotten some pressure earlier. It looked like he might have got away with one earlier.
Another one coming out. Might have been on a penalty.
Oh, yeah.
Penalty.
So Aftermath down to just 2 penalties left alive.
Did Ramirez get a penalty?
Yeah, I think so.
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
So this is the Bears' chance. They have time to close this one out. They're looking at 2 bodies. They got a big high body situation, and they're looking for it. You can see body language. They're up on their feet, trying to figure out where they need to go, where the 2 are left.
Yeah, and the guy needs to get out of that corner or needs to get out of that Hertz can and start filtering up the center or the other side of the field. All the pressure right now is on Sakaguchi, but they're up on bodies.
I mean, if I'm Aftermath here, I'm doing what they're doing. You just make them bunker you.
Make him earn it.
Yeah.
Bears now into Aftermath's side of the field on the top side. 4-on-2 advantage for the Bears.
1 minute coming up here as Bears probing onto both sides of both snakes. And here comes the big move, and oh, it looked like he got the first guy clean for sure.
Looks like he got them both.
I don't see any referee reaching
flags
for a flag, and so Sakaguchi's going to run to the corner. They got 48 seconds left, and
I like the move. I think that's Robbie Altamont, my boy. Anyway,
you guys still dating?
Yeah.
You
We
guys
broke
make
up,
such a
now we're
good
back
couple.
together.
Such a good couple.
I will say the refs out here are doing an exceptional job. I mean, it's really hard to do it, and these guys are dialed in, and I feel like the refing has been
they're still
super
gonna give you a
consistent
penalty
and the best.
when you cheat.
I mean,
so.
dude, yeah, but I mean, I remember. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, and there's a moment yesterday where I got away with one, and I was like, all right, this and that, and I tell the ref, and then there's one where he missed one, and I got pulled out when I didn't get shot. Yeah, it does, and everyone's trying their best, and I feel like there's a mutual respect and a rapport now that a lot of these teams aren't, blaming bad reffing for what they lost.
Yeah.
So.
And when they are, it's false. It's not their fault. If you get to a spot where the match is going to go down to whether you win or lose that last point, you put yourself in that position whether you're going to win or lose.
That's right. If it's that close, in any sports, it's like that.
Yeah.
If a
you
foul
win,
called
don't
one way
lose
or
all those
another
points.
in a basketball game, a pass interference call in a critical time, even at the sports where millions and millions of dollars are at stake, those mistakes happen.
Like paintball.
Yeah. And in paintball, I mean, it's just, I mean, way more complicated to ref than any of those other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is the hardest in the world to officiate.
As MLKings take a big bite on the topside snake.
Yep.
And the dust clouds are becoming a factor. Like sometimes in practice, you wouldn't be able to see those guys get in because there's so many bunkers in the way.
Yeah, now you can see it when
now
it's falling up.
you look for that dust cloud.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. You'd see a guy sneak in, no one would know, and as he crawled up, the cloud would just move down the field, and they start yelling snake.
I like when there's factors like that at the tournament. Then there's
Shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Body coming off right now for the MLKings. They did take a ton of ground on that top side, getting into the snake off the break.
Yeah, Matty, but they're super soft here on this side. The only player on this side of the field is in the wing, and he's looking the other way, so there's nothing to keep the Uprising player from going down and assassinating everybody.
Yeah, Eden's in a real good position here for Seattle Uprising. He's going to check off on the inside, see if he can get a crossfield kill. He's going to rip a lane towards that D2.
Yeah, he's trying to get that D2 guy, but that guy's wrapping outside, so there's not a lot of shot available on the inside to him.
Yeah, Joel's been playing really well, I think.
He has. I agree.
He knows that it's on him, and he's getting a lot of kills.
He seems to be thriving in that pressure, though. He's been around for a long time, man. Eden's one of the threats. When you play Uprising, you have to contain Eden. So Eden's he's probing right now. Again, it's 2-2, so even though Eden's in a good position here, he doesn't really need to force anything quite yet. But they are, it does look like all the way on the top side. Oh, yeah, I was going to say the MLKings are way up on that top side. Which
traded.
End up trading out with Ormeo.
3-on-4 advantage here for Uprising as MLKings reposition to the snake insert, Matty. They've got one in back center, one in the D2, one in snake insert. Tie game here. A little bit more than 2 minutes left. Uprising. If I'm MLKings and I lose one more body, I probably can see this point, Matt.
Yeah, I agree. Uprising's in some really good positions right now. They launched into the snake. They have the wedge in the middle. Eaton's been here at this wedge, bottom side for a while. And they have a back player with Graham Arnold still, too. The constant survivor for, oh, but they lose Olsen. That's a tough death for Olsen in that situation. Yeah. Eaton, and now Eaton needs to clock in.
Yeah,
gotta be careful though.
And someone needs to fill out that way for Uprising.
Well, because if they lose, now with the death of Olsen, if they lose Eaton, as he's and sure enough, Eaton
wow, that's
out.
an incredible shot by that guy.
Yeah, the running
Kyle
and shooting.
Berry.
Impressive.
Yeah, he practices that.
Kyle Berry is one of the best twos in the business.
It's looking like a 2-on-2 here.
Yeah,
can't be sleeping on Eaton.
2-on-2.
I like that reposition.
Yeah, 2-on-2 situation. Uprising with that body up the middle.
He bounced him.
Now we're under a minute here. This is tense moments.
Yeah, could with the 2-on-2 under a minute, could see an overtime point.
A little bit of a squander point here for Uprising. They had a 4-on-3 situation with all the spots. If they could have focused on eliminating the guy at the back center, making it 4-on-2, and then isolating one of the guys on the tape and run through.
Yeah, and props to Kyle Berry. I mean, if he doesn't hit that shot. And here comes a move. Oh, to take out the center player.
Oh, that was a nice move.
And MLKings have the advantage here.
With 30 seconds. Probably going to be able to steal this win.
2-on-1.
Yeah,
man.
Concede the point.
Yeah, you look back at that when you're Uprising, you're going to... Yeah. And Kings made the moves.
Yeah. Man, that's a big move for a young guy in a high-stress situation like that. Really well played.
So now we have a situation with 30 seconds left, now down by 1. We've seen a couple teams attempt it, but there hasn't been any fast points where you got staggered attack, there's 30 seconds left, you're forced to run into guns. We haven't really seen any of those work out too well.
I think you got to put...
Shock did a couple, but it's more bodies dying off the break.
Yeah, making outside shots.
I think you got to put Harrison here, right? Or is that a kibitzer?
I mean, if you want a chance to win.
Yeah, I mean, defense, you need a little defense.
When you have
that
big a weapon on the shelf, you don't leave it on the shelf, okay?
So now Aftermath and the Brooklyn Bears, another good game here. Oh, a little bit of catastrophe for the Bears as they look like they collided on the break with just 26 seconds left to go.
And it's a train wreck as a penalty on the Bears. Bears left with one player with 21 seconds left. And here comes Aftermath streaking up the topside snake.
It looked like a bomb blew off on Aftermath's side.
This guy can maybe hold off 15, 14.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, he made it out there.
He made it out clean, but here comes Castro on the attempt. He's going
to get it.
He's going to get it in time. He dives in to hit that buzzer to steal the win with just 6 seconds left. Falls to the ground. Referee asks him if he's okay. So
being
what
dramatic.
yeah, that was a very chaotic point as it looks like the Bears ran into each other. As I was watching that, I head checked back over to the Bears side. 3 bodies are walking
Hand grenade.
off.
Wow.
Or sorry, Aftermath side. Go to Aftermath side. There's 3 bodies walking off. There's a penalty on the Bears. But in the end, Aftermath able to pull it out. Great job by Castro. And so Aftermath dropping 2 yesterday, a 1-point loss to Impact and a 3-point loss to Aftershock, but winning both today, they still got a chance. It's gonna be close on the spread, but they definitely still got a chance. It definitely
Aftermath is.
Yeah, sorry, Aftermath. Yeah, it definitely looked like. I mean, they beat New York Extreme by 4, and that spread might get them in. So 5 to yeah, it's gonna be close, but we'll see. And obviously it
Yeah,
depends on
look,
what
they're
happens.
stoked over there. Morale's high. Yeah, and actually, Grayson Gladstone wrote an article in the new Great American Paintball book, and he, he talks about the struggle of being a team that nobody thinks is going to win.
And it's a brutally honest article too. It talks about the struggles they had and doesn't really pull any punches in that article. It's a good one. And he had an amazing moment to help keep him in that first match. Won a 1-on-3.
Amazing.
And I got a 1-on-3.
Yeah, something like that can
coin duel
demoralize another team, right? Like if you have a moment like that early in a match, the other team just feels like the win can get taken out of their sails. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we had that. Yes, we had G1 against Diesel like 3 or 4 points, and we lost. Right? That's very uncharacteristic of us, and it can really get in your head if that's happening. If if you got 5-on-4 and then you lose those points multiple times, you're like, what is going on? But yeah.
No, we talked about it when that happened, because if you watch your teammate go out there and win a 1-on-3 in the pit, everyone's thinking, okay, I need to step up now. Grayson just put us on his back. It's my turn.
See, I don't think like that. When I see a guy go win a 1-on-3, I'm like, that guy's gonna win a 1-on-3. I'm gonna stay here in the pit.
How many more pods you need, bud? So back into this one here is just 22 seconds left to go. Can Uprising do it on this staggered attack as they went heavy guns up like we talked about to try to produce some kills, and they did. It looks like they got, so they only shot Elias though. Borromeo dies on his sword. They
10
lose
seconds
Olsen
left.
as well too. And
I don't know why
comes the-
MLKings are running down the field, but they are.
I think they did enough damage and not going
Plus,
to.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Not going to need it though, as they had that 3rd point on the board. So MLKings going to take their first win of the tournament, but
Yeah, that'll shake things up.
looking a little bit better. That does, unfortunately, if Uprising had won this one, they would have went 2-2 and had a chance. But now they go 1-3. Kings go 1-3.
Well, I called that one wrong.
First time for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Heat, Revo, MLKings, Uprising, and Fit. Fit's
By the way, I have to
1-3.
kiss Ryan Greenspan's shoe after I put lipstick on and proclaim he's the greatest in the world today.
Oh, that's a rough day.
Because I had
Did you lose a bet?
I had 49ers in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Can we get a camera over there?
Yeah, I'm sure he's got a whole crew ready.
He actually hired a production
He
company.
bought the lipstick last
We're
night.
actually working for him now.
Yeah.
So that is going to do it. Thank you so much, Alex Frazier. Best of luck with San Diego Dynasty and all of the quite numerous projects that you're working on. You got Hormesis, Great American Paintball, Coin Duel, just the list goes on and on.
Love you guys. Thank you. Yeah, shout out to GI, JT, Hormesis, all the boys out there, everyone who's creating something cool. And yeah, keep doing what you guys do.
So next up, Houston Heat taking on Baltimore Revo and Edmonton Impact and New York Extreme. And I believe we have Marcelo Margot coming up here to call this next game. So we'll be right back here on Go Sports. I'll see you in just a few.